Oh, it's so dark in here. Hello, YouTube. Good evening. This is a very messy video. Anyway, I went outside to look at the moon. I had to find where it was because next week is the full moon and I think it's on the 30th. I have to check the calendar. And it's supposed to be a harvest moon, which means it's going to be huge and orange. And so I just hope it's not raining because I really want to see it. It's my favorite moon of all. Anyway, sometimes I've seen it as well as big as, can't think of anything that big. Well, I don't know, really big, okay, up in the sky. And it's just beautiful. So I found the moon. I know where to go to look for it. Hooray! And okay, this afternoon, I invited Alex to go down to Rite Aid, and Starbucks is right there, and the ATM is right there. And I had to put some money in the ATM. And then we went and got some Starbucks. Then we went to Rite Aid, and while I was looking around, because I like to cruise the aisles, I found like they don't have tools in Rite Aid, but they have things like utility knives and super glue and Gorilla Glue. I hate that stuff. Gorilla Glue, don't even think about using it. You'll never come undone, ever. Well, anyway, I looked up by the utility knives, and they had the blades for it, which is straight edge razor, and they also had straight edge razors that men used to put in their razor holders. That was their razor blade, one blade. I remember my dad using those in like the 60s and 70s. That's how I know what it was. And I flew to the store manager and I said, you have got to get those things locked up, because if they're accessible to kids, they will use them. And actually, the kids will just rip them off, because if they're going to die anyway, they don't want to pay for it. This is what my son told me. And I told the manager, these kids know exactly how to cut themselves. I said, they're using them, first of all, they're using them to cut, and he was a little surprised. And I said, they know exactly how to cut themselves so that they will die, no question. And I said, these children are mentally ill, so it's extremely important to get them off the shelves and locked up. They used to have them all locked up. I don't know why they put them on the shelves. Anyway, he said he would let corporate know, and I said, can you do it today? Please do it today. He said, well, I will, but it'll take about a month or 6 weeks. And I said, that's fine. Just please do it today. It's a matter of life and death. And when I said that, he got real serious. He knew I was not joking. And I didn't want to tell him I knew from experience, because I know a lot of kids who cut. A lot of them. Anyway, okay, let's see. We saw the moon. We went downtown. I had a little fight with my mom, and there was a misunderstanding between maybe 7 or 8 people and me. So I just wanted to get it all cleared up, who played what part in it, so that I could figure it out in my mind and figure out how I needed to change my behavior. That's all I was interested in. And I have to apologize to my mom and explain it to her. And she won't see this video. She doesn't watch YouTube. And she doesn't do Facebook. Smart lady. And so we came home, and Alex said he didn't want dinner because he got a birthday card from his grandfather, and there's always money in it. And so he was going to go do whatever he did to celebrate his birthday. And, that's fine. I don't need to know really because he's turning 25, which is a little strange but exciting. It's an exciting time. And we were talking about, where he is in life. And in one aspect, he is, I think, well, he's ahead of me when I was that age, because I was still partying and having a good time. And then I started looking toward the future and settling down and becoming a real adult. And he said, I'm finished with partying and I am looking to the future. And he is. So I said, well, this is a really good age. Even if he's still exploring, it's still a good thing, right? And the last thing is, I am trying to learn how to crochet arm warmers. And here I go with, I can't do it again. And they start right here, and then they go down, and there's a hole for the thumb. Get out of here. A hole for the thumb, and then it keeps on going down like a sleeve, and it stops somewhere around the elbow. And I did the cuff, and that was no problem. And then after I finished the cuff, it was only 32 rows. I finished the cuff, and then the next step I did wrong, and I thought it was following the instructions, but I had to tear it out 3 times, and I still knew it was wrong. And I just came back and watched the video, and now I finally understand it. But what I do is I learn a stitch, I make an example, I label it, and it goes into my basket. And I know that I'm going to have to learn the stitch all over again when I want to use it for a project, but it's good to see the example. So I'm going to fix the cuff and crochet a few rows down so I can get the idea of what it's supposed to look like. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make them after that and do it right. I've already got the colors picked out. And the thing about crocheting and knitting is you always have at least 10 skeins or 15 balls of yarn, and a lot of people have more. They go crazy. It's like hoarding yarn. But that's just the nature of being a knitter or a crocheter. And I myself have only bought maybe 4 skeins, and 2 people have given me the rest. And I have to store them in plastic bags, so the size bag I have is from the grocery store, the plastic ones in Rite Aid and things like that. So anyway, I have 2 shades of green, and I think I'm gonna make the first pair, the 2 shades of green. And I believe they will go with some of my long sleeve blouses or shirts or whatever you want to call them. I call them shirts, but they're more dressy than that. And so, if they don't, I'll make another color. Okay, I have got to go. My time is out. I love you all. Bye. Bye from Jen Mama, 1955.